Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to our show titled Speak of Africa. It's a new week, and I appreciate those who are listening to us today. We are starting the week, and we love those who have been supporting us, those who have been subscribing. We need more subscribers. Tell your friends about the show. Tell them to subscribe. Hit that subscriber button. We need more views. We're getting a lot of views. We've noticed that most of you watch the show, but you don't subscribe. Please remember to subscribe. For the show of today, we're going to tell you about the story of the democratic experiment in Africa. All over the world, people say, oh, democracy is the best form of government. But in Africa, it has not been the case. Democracy is winning and democracy is losing. We have countries where democracy is winning. Like you have Ghana, you have Botswana, you have South Africa, and you have Senegal. In those countries, we can see that democracy is winning. But in countries such as Congo DRC, Kenya, we see that Cameroon, democracy is losing. Because these countries claim to be democratic, but they are not democratic. So that's the story we're going to tell you today. In the case of La République du Cameroun, a few days ago, it was New Year's Eve, Paul Biya gave his normal speech that he's been giving for more than 40 years. He spoke as if he was an opposition candidate running for office. You will not believe that this is a guy who has created the mess in which Cameroon is in. He was talking as if, oh, all those problems we are facing, I'm going to work on them. I'm in the opposition. I'm going to come into power and solve all those problems. You will not believe that this is the same Paul Biya who is in office and doesn't want to leave. He cannot work, yet he doesn't want to leave. Now his surrogates, such as Paul Atanganji, are threatening people he claims to be enemies of the state. Whenever you are critical of the regime, he labels you as the enemy of the state. A lady who has become the new face of Biya's enemies is lawyer Alice Nkom, who is a supporter of LGBT folks. She defends a lot of LGBT folks in the country. Paul Biya's daughter is a lesbian. Yet, this Paul Biya's government is persecuting other lesbians in the country. This same government is persecuting gays in the country. But Paul Biya's own child can be a lesbian, it's okay. They will not persecute her because she's the president's daughter. What a shame. So it's like you have two sets of laws. The high class, who belong to Biya's family, can do anything, they are above the law. But the ordinary citizen, they have to be punished. That's just the way the system is set up in La République du Cameroun. So the list of Biya's enemies is growing large every day. As 2025 approaches, more and more citizens, the masses, are joining to challenge the regime of Biya. They are saying that this government is illegitimate, starting with Monseigneur Samuel Cleda. Other clergymen are joining the bandwagon and they are criticizing the government. They are telling Paul Biya, please, 2025 should be the end. Leave office. Don't run again. When Biya made his end-of-year speech, he gave subtle signs that he's preparing to run again for an 8th term. He will tell you this is a democracy. He has a right to run. His sycophants are telling him they need him to run again. When you look at Paul Biya, a guy who cannot even walk, why should he be running for president? For God's sake, what does he really want? Does he not have enough money? No, in his mind, he wants to die in power. He cannot wake up for a moment and think that in Cameroon, somebody else is going to be president. No, it only has to be Paul Biya, nobody else. Sadly, even his own close collaborators, people who have worked with him for many years, whenever they show signs of ambition, Paul Biya sends them to jail. He makes Trump charges, accusing them of corruption, bribery. Yet, those who are really stealing the property of the state are with Biya every day. You take guys like Paul Atanganji. This is a bandit who has been to prison many times. A lot of you guys send us stories about Paul Atangaje being in New Bell prison at least twice. But this is a guy who is in charge of the interior, what they call le ministère de administration territoriale. When Ainsi Mvodo used to be a minister of territorial administration, you felt the weight of the guy. He knew what he was doing. Then you get a joker such as Paul Atangaje, and you say he's a minister of interior. Come on, Cameroon. You're making me say you're a laughing stock. A laughing stock. So Alice Nkom has been bold. They are accusing her of terrorism. She's even saying, if Biya runs for office in 2025 as a move of protest, she's going to leave Cameroon. And frankly, a lot of people are going to leave the country. Most young people have been leaving already. Because every year, Biya will make a speech at the end of the year, talk about, oh, the youth, the future is yours. Which future? You have mortgaged your future the same way you've mortgaged the future of your own children. All your kids now are like imbeciles. For the first time, you see that your average citizen in Cameroon is looking for a way out. They want to leave the country. Most young people have gone abroad. During Ayujo's time, don't say I'm bringing Ayujo nostalgia, but a lot of Cameroonians are saying, Ayujo was a dictator, yes, but he was a dictator with a difference. He was a dictator who was developing the country. By contrast, Biya just sleeps, eats and sleeps, and he doesn't care about the country. Ayujo was very patriotic. He loved his country. He was a nationalist in the sense that he wanted the country to do well. Even though he prosecuted nationalist figures like Yobe, but he had a 5-year plan. Every 5 years, he had a plan for Cameroon. Biya Paul has not had a plan for this country. He just wants to be president in name. That's it. Then he has all these sycophants gathering around him. Then he tells them what to do. They terrorize the people. So that's the sad thing. Then Maurice Kamto, who is also a member of the opposition, he has also been supporting Alice Nkom because when the opposition bands together, they have better chance of throwing away this dictatorship regime called Paul Biya. So you can see Maurice Kamto joining Alice Nkom. So the voice is growing louder and louder for Biya to go in 2025. Come October 2025, even the priests, not only Monsignor Cleda, others are using their pulpits. In church, they are telling their members, their flock, it's time for Mr. Biya to go. So if Biya decides to run again, the disgrace is going to be unbearable. Now, the challenge is for Cameroon to have people like Ibrahim Traoré. If you're in the Cameroon army and you're Ibrahim Traoré, this is your time to show you love your country. If you're in the Cameroon army, this is a time that you have to behave like General Tuani of Niger. If you're in the Cameroon army, this is a time for you to rise like Assimi Goïta of Mali. If you're in the Cameroon army, this is the time for you to rise like Oligui Nguema in Gabon. If you're in the Cameroon army, this is a time for you to rise like Mamadi Doumbouya in Guinea. These guys were bold enough to put an end to the reign of despicable dictators, dinosaur dictators such as Paul Biya. What is wrong with the citizens of Cameroon? You complain and complain and complain. The average citizen is complaining because they cannot change their condition. But some of you guys who are in the military, you have weapons. You can make a difference for your people. Show your patriotism. Why are you focusing on an individual? Why are you afraid of an individual or senile? What's your problem? Next, we take you to Congo DRC. This is another example where democracy has failed. He made promises when he was running. Oh, quand je gagne les élections, je vais faire la guerre à Paul Kagame. Alors, il a gagné les élections au Congo DRC. Est-ce qu'il a fait la guerre à Paul Kagame? Moi-même, je vous disais, lui ne peut même pas faire la guerre à Kagame parce qu'il n'a pas la force. Il est faible. OK? Congolese. You guys hear me? I'm just telling you that Felix Tshisekedi is weak. Today, I got more news. M23, Bertrand's M23, is kicking the ass of Felix Tshisekedi's folks in Masisi. They've captured the town near North Kivu. The UN is already worried that the M23, with the help of Rwanda, is gaining more ground. They are expanding their territory in the east of Congo DRC. Felix Tshisekedi is just making noise, trying to look for ways to stay in power permanently, but he doesn't know what to do to stem the tide of the M23. This is what he should be doing, to wage war as he claims he wants to wage war against Paul Kagame. Paul Kagame is beating his butt. He cannot do anything. So Felix Tshisekedi is weak. Now Joseph Kabila has come out and is saying enough is enough. We don't want this guy to change our constitution to run forever. If he cannot at least help his country build a strong army to fight an enemy such as M23, then what is it good for? It's good for nothing. Only complaining and bluffing. Okay? Posturing. Felix Tshisekedi, dégage.
Welcome to a Ayuk Tax Service. We are tax professionals at your service. Our services include tax returns, payroll, bookkeeping, business planning. We provide professional service, years of experience, and are proud to serve your business. Get your maximum tax refund with 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. We are located at 11207A Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland 20901. Contact us at 240-350-1131. Fax 240-556-0535. Or email service@ayuktaxservice.com. Our hours of operation are weekdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and weekends 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. For more information, please visit us online at www.ayuktaxservice.com.
Next, we'll take you now to Ghana. In Ghana, we have a sad story and we have a positive story. Let's start with the sad story. It looks like a market for clothes got burned to ashes. We saw a lot of merchants lose their property, and we really feel sad when we saw what happened. We just need to tell our people, just be more careful to avoid some of these fires. We don't know how the fire started, but it consumed and engulfed a very big territory. So the whole market is down. You can see some of the pictures we're sharing with you. But on the positive side, Ghana has been making overtures to other Africans. We've told you we believe in the dream of one Africa. Ghana has been encouraging African Americans to return home to their ancestral homeland. You know, over 400 years ago, during the slave trade, a lot of Africans were taken from Ghana, from the Elmina Castle, to the Americas. They were sold as slaves to work in sugar cane plantations in the United States and in the other islands around the America. Okay? So you have a lot of Africans who have been dispersed after over 400 years. Some of these people want to return home. And Ghana is opening arms to receive these people. So a lot of them are returning home to Ghana. So the year of return is not just for show. It's something that's going to help the Ghanaian nation, because these African Americans are bringing skills. Some of them are starting businesses. So it's a positive sign. So we think this is a salutary move for the government of Nana Akufo-Addo. We know that tomorrow he's leaving power, but as he leaves power, he's made his mark. Next, Nana Akufo-Addo is also making it easy, according to the Continental Free Trade Area agreements, for Africans to travel to Ghana without visas. Ghana now is a free entry point for most Africans. So we think this is a salutary move. And we're asking other African presidents to make it possible for their citizens to travel to other African countries without the need of visas. We need to have a free movement of people and goods. When this happens, this is going to be the genesis of intertrade in Africa. With intertrade in Africa, we're going to have people doing better. Africa is the future. Africa can only be the future. Africa can win this future if we start doing trade among ourselves. Instead of focusing on trade with China, buying and selling useless stuff, we need to trade with our own people. And we need to exchange. If, for example, you are good in growing cocoa, you can exchange cocoa with other products from other African countries. That's what we want to see. We want to see inter-Africa trade. We know it will take a while before we have real integration, but we can start doing this gradually. That's what we are recommending. Next, we take it to Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is a former French colony run by a puppet of France, but the puppet is changing. This puppet is called Alassane Ouattara. He has been killing his opponents, then staying in power, but for once he has done something right. He has told his masters in France that he wants them to start winding down. He doesn't want them to keep their bases there permanently anymore. This is a trend that is happening now in much of Africa, especially Francophone Africa. They are telling the former colonial masters to pack and go home. France has been setting up bases all over Africa. Then they have been using these bases as a way to project power and influence. But Africans are stripping this power bit by bit. So France is losing its grandeur as the world's superpower. France now is just like a small European nation. Emmanuel Macron is presiding over the decline and fall of the French Empire. The French hegemony is waning, and this is what we would like to see. We would like to see France down. Okay?
Tired of waiting in long lines at the emergency room or your doctor's office? You should be. Why wait in long lines for care? It's time for you to come to Lucille Urgent Care. Real care, no waiting. Lucille Urgent Care, the best place for true and loving care. Service at Lucille Urgent Care is convenient, fast, time efficient, affordable, accessible, transparent, and cost effective. Royal treatment is your right. Indeed, it's not just a privilege or pejorative. Skip the emergency room's long lines, kiss the ER goodbye, say farewell to your old doctor's office, pay less, save time, enjoy the excitement of convenience, receive immediate treatment, get the healthcare you need quickly and affordably. Lucille Urgent Care offers many express services: rapid COVID-19 testing, on-site prescription, preventative lab services, imaging and x-rays, urgent medical treatment for common illnesses and injuries, routine vaccines and flu shots, work-related injury services, pre-employment, occupational, annual, and sports physicals, immigration exams, and much more. Same-day treatment, rapid lab results, extended hours, weekend hours, no appointment necessary, no insurance necessary, no doctor necessary, walk-ins accepted, telemedicine available. We are open 7 days a week with evening and weekend hours. We are located in Maryland. Lucille Urgent Care, 903 Half York Road, Towson, Maryland, 21204. Website, lucilleuc.com. Call at 443-275-1286 or 301-593-4897.
Next, we'll take you to Kenya. In Kenya, we have William Ruto as president. The organized crime report is showing that William Ruto has been named as one of the personalities of the year. The guy has logged so many miles traveling all over the place. If the number of miles you've traveled abroad make you a good president, then William Ruto probably would win the award as the best president in Africa. But this award cannot go to him because he's very corrupt. He's very, very corrupt. Even the people in his government are very, very corrupt. You saw the protest that took place a few months ago. It's over corruption. Kenyan politicians are very, very corrupt, very, very corrupt. And the people are rising in arms against this corrupt government. You can see that. He's not alone. Bola Tinubu of Nigeria too is on this list of organized crime, corruption index. They say Bola Tinubu is one of the top corrupt guys in Africa. He wins the award. Wow, Nigeria. Nigeria has a lot of problems. Bola Tinubu is in denial, but is only swimming in the sea of corruption. This is sad. The herdsmen are even leaving Nigeria through Taraba and going to Cameroon to attack Cameroon soldiers of Biya. These are some of the major stories. These herdsmen have been causing a lot of havoc inside Nigeria itself. But now they are taking their business to neighboring Cameroon. We warned the Cameroon government before. You're going to see this. The herdsmen are complaining that the Cameroon government sent soldiers who killed some of their elements. So they were retaliating. And you see this what these northern herdsmen do. They like to kill other people. Same thing they were doing to farmers in the south. So now they are doing this to Biya's soldiers. How long is this going to go? Well, it's going to take place for a long time until some changes are really done. What about South Africa? We think as we start the new year, we have to remember South Africa as a place where democracy has taken root. South Africa has a lot of challenges. There's corruption, but we like the fact that people are cleaning things up. Let them clean things up. This is something on the positive side. What about Senegal? We like what we're seeing in Senegal. The people have finally spoken. Everything is moving on the right foot, on the good foot, okay? So this is good. Diomefe, Mr. President, we salute you. What about Botswana? Boko, the new president, a lawyer, we salute you. These things are going well over there too. So we like what we see. This year, we're not just going to be giving you news. We're going to be focusing on helping our people to get into business. We're starting with a tax business. We're offering opportunities for you to open your own tax. If you're interested, call me 301-760-0335. We'll have the software and we'll have the technology. We'll help you with our 10-key system. Our experience as business architects is not limited only to accounting and taxes. We are well-rounded. We are also introducing e-commerce. E-commerce is a way for you to start a business without spending a lot of money. But you can rely on social media and the internet to promote your products and services. If this is something that interests you, my number is there. Call me. I'll do everything to help you to build an online business that will be very, very profitable. One of my clients, Silky Gem, I'll give you silkygem.com. It's owned by a Vietnamese couple. They are grossing over $100,000 a month from their store. I formed the business for them. Then I helped them set up everything, and now they are up and running. They just build their own warehouse. So this is a way that you can also thrive. There are so many things you can sell online profitably. There are so many. Okay? Then, of course, there's healthcare, which I've been talking about a lot. I myself, I own a clinic, Lucille Ojong Care. When I wanted to open a clinic, they asked me, "Oh, Prince, you're opening a clinic. Are you a medical doctor?" No, I'm nobody. But I have a clinic and I have patients. Doctors, nurses, they work for me. I make the money. Okay? So I don't have to be a doctor. So if you want to open a clinic, we can help you. Or even if you're a pharmacist and you want to open a business in your field, we can also help you. We know the opportunities. Independent pharmacists have not been doing very well because there's too much competition in the pharmacy space. But we can show you how you can open an online pharmacy business. Okay? Medication therapy management. That's an area where we're helping a lot of people. Where you can work remote. Medication therapy management. We can help you to set up so that you just sit at home as a pharmacist instead of going to CVS and working your ass out, standing on your feet for 60 hours a week. You can stay home and just review patient records and get paid by insurance companies. Medication therapy management, that's the name of the business. We'll help you market and also get clients. Then finally, those who want to open group homes, we're also there to help you. So we have any type of business you want to open today, we can help you. It doesn't matter the state in which you are. Whether you're in California, Texas, New York, call us, we'll help you. We've helped so many people in all the states of the union. So don't fail to call 301-760-0335. Then of course, Ayuk Tax Service. Don't fail to patronize Ayuk Tax Service. We have a new website that we'll build because we want to start getting a lot more people. So promote Ayuk Tax Service to your friends, and we'll have programs where you can make more money promoting us. Bye-bye.
Do you need tax preparation services? We can help. Contact PJ Tax Service, America's only full-time income tax preparers. Like the good old doctor, we do not close our doors after April 15th. In fact, we stay open all year round in order to serve you. We are located at 11207A, Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Make an appointment today with Prince Ojong, your tax expert. Call 240-350-1131 or visit us on the web at www.pjtaxservice.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.